We're live.
Nice.
Slotted doesn't really have that problem, but like
We're live with
Drilled.
Brian's Miata, and that's Brian right there. And that's
Because
Scott. You can't see him yet. You guys remember Scott from the other night.
I can.
And we're doing front and rear brakes on Brian's NB Miata. So Brian's mic'd up, so he can talk. When he's talking, you'll be able to hear him.
hey, everyone.
I don't have another mic for Scott, and I'm going to set
That's
up
right.
Facebook Live so we can do this the
There you
same
go.
time. I think we can do it all at the same time.
Maybe.
And hopefully not strip out bolts while we're doing this.
This is the most pointless thing to make tight.
Or snap bolts off. You know?
I got a message on
This is
Twitter.
literally just the plug that covers up the adjustment hole for the rear end.
So Kevin, as I was saying, I didn't get to finish my story at Kroger. My one of my group foremans at work has a twin turbo Chevy Silverado SS,
Okay.
and he blew his stock motor, and he got a replacement motor, and then built it, put forged internals in it.
We like that part.
And he got everything in yesterday. He was building the front end back because he couldn't put the engine in from the top because the turbos were already mounted up. So he just pulled everything from on the front end apart and put it in through the front.
Go through the front.
And as he was putting everything back together, he goes, "It's finally time to start it," and we couldn't get it to crank.
Oh,
Powered everything, no crank. And it was not even attempting to turn over. So he was chasing down. We were trying to chase down possibly bad grounds. And he's like, "I'm just going to get this back together enough to push out." And he said, I'll tinker with it as we go. But that was upsetting. We were all excited for it to be. Mini was fixed, and now we were trying to get his truck started and ran into a wall. Figuratively, not physically.
all right.
Also, I think I've decided a lot of people switch to lug studs. You can do a stud conversion for the minis.
Oh, yeah.
But if you remember, Pit Race, Lemons,
They have
That
them
red
back
Mini
out or
Cooper?
something, right?
that red Mini Cooper that was doing really good,
Yeah.
his started backing out. And I think it ruined its hub because he said he couldn't get it fixed.
It's off balance and just tears the bearings apart.
Or that.
What normally keeps them from backing out? Like, is there any actual like mechanical retention on that?
When you go to a stud conversion, no.
Yeah,
Loctite.
I don't really like that.
Loctite.
It feels like there should be something
I don't think there
to
is.
hold it in.
You can tackle it in the back.
Yeah, if you wanted to make sure it's permanent, but you're never getting them out again.
Yeah,
Sure,
I'm
you can
surprised
get
there's
them
not
out.
even like a circlip or something just to like prevent it.
But you
from-
can't do that if you go to replace the rotors. You have to replace, because the rotors house I think the rotors are where you screw in lug bolts. I might be wrong on that.
Dude, what was I thinking last time I tightened all this stuff? I know it was like 2 a.m.
Did you go a little ham
Hey,
on
it's
that?
like that.
Whoa.
Oh, the other thing, so obviously my car's a rebuilt title, the silver Mini, my new
Yeah.
Mini. And the front bumper, the driver's side of the front bumper was cracked. I'm like, oh, that's not a big deal. I get the bumper cover and the bumper off, and I find that the plastic core support is cracked on the driver front side. It's not a very large crack, and
But
it's
it's
not
enough to piss you off.
enough to piss me off.
It has a very tough time going level and standing level. So there's different modes.
There was surprisingly little stuff broken in the front end of the BMW.
Nice.
Like most of like the ducting and stuff was cracked.
Yeah.
They
That's
got
always good.
I got everything ordered for it now.
Oh yeah.
It was such a pain to go through real OEM and like figure out like all of the
Real
little
OEM
clicks and
is the
shit that I
go.
needed, but
Real-
that's so nice that that
Real
resource is
real
out there.
OEM is the go for sure.
I played because my order was like 27 different part numbers from FCP. Like it took me so long to find all that stuff.
Crazy.
So that's a climb right there.
I did. You're a Patsy Klein. Haha, got him.
I take that voice. It has a really tough time with this.
I am also going to, I'm not gonna lie to you, Brian, I'm gonna look at big brake kit upgrades. But the problem is the wheels that I wanted to stick with 15s. And if I go 15s, I won't be able to do any big brakes.
Yeah.
16 would be perfect. And the tires aren't that much cheaper for 16s compared to 15s. So we'll see.
None of the big brakes fit under 15s.
No, none.
So there's like
Because stock, you gotta think
kits
the
that
stock
fit under
wheels for those are 17s.
15s. Yeah.
The factory wheel size is 17s, which are a little big, but
Do you know Evan Lewis?
that name sounds familiar.
He's an auto interest instructor.
Really?
He had a mini. I think he still has it.
Oh.
He had stock brakes from some Alpha as an upgrade on it. I think there were 4C brakes.
I was down there with my buddy
I remember that car.
Trevor was down
The
there with
black and gray one.
Yeah.
he was down there with a Jetta GLI that had Porsche brakes on the front.
Yeah.
And then he had all season Goodyears for some reason. Because you know,
February car.
that's well,
Doesn't
they're
matter how
probably,
much brake you have. You can lock
Dude.
those up with drums.
yeah. I was so mad. I was like, how do you have all this money into brake upgrades? But then you
Dude,
have some
Toge Fest is the place to go if you want to see poorly prioritized car upgrades.
Everyone
Partially.
on Facebook now
yeah,
too.
partially.
I don't have a mic on for this, so you'll have to excuse the audio, but we're gonna make it really quick because we're in the shop on a Sunday afternoon after some Brixie's Bussin' Burgers,
BBB.
and they're absolutely stunning. He nailed the char on these today. They were fantastic. And then Brian's over here is hiding behind the post, and there's Brian. And
There's
we're
Brian.
doing new pads on Brian's Miata, the NB. This is BRG, right? British Racing Green, and then
This
you
is
have the
this is Emerald Metallic.
Emerald Metallic green.
Emerald Mica, I think it was called.
Emerald Mica.
It's the green that's not BRG.
Okay, and Brian's got cool new pads, and it's got that cool top, the cherry blossom top. It is white, but it has the cherry blossom graphic on it, which makes it very Miata. And then you have the tidal wave dash.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, the gauges.
these gauges are pretty slick. Here, let me get this out of the way. Don't forget, brought to you by Crossstar. Kinda. And the
So I
pads
think
are
just
using,
follow you.
yeah. The pads are, whoa, sorry, I didn't get this lost. We're using GLOC. Brian recommended these. I haven't tried them out yet.
Yeah.
But
Switching between their track compound and their street compound right now. The track ones feel great, but they're really loud.
yeah, most track pads are going to be very, very squeaky, loud. They're going to be very dirty and very dusty, but
Very loud.
you'll be able to stop a war with them. So that's the good part about track pads. The downside about track pads is everything else. So that's why you swap out pads, and it's really easy on a Miata. This is a quick evening project. The other thing we found out,
Yeah, these guys were cleaned very recently, and
now
that
that
is a very different color.
yeah, you can show YouTube too. By the way, we're live on YouTube as well. On the other computer, you get a full shot of the car. So we're multicasting, which is kind of cool again. Swapping out pads on the Miata is pretty easy. On the limo, we have a hey Dan. The AFR is skyrocketing. It's at 35.6, which is way, way, way off. So I have a failed wideband OBT, wideband oxygen sensor that needs to get replaced. I just ordered a new one. It'll be here tomorrow. And so the limo is still trying to figure itself out. But I think with all the fuel that we dumped when we were trying the one engine plus this engine, I think that just kind of spoiled that. And it was a used O2 sensor, so not a big deal to get it replaced. It's like $40, and that should last us another 10,000 miles or so, at least until we sell the car. Hopefully, until we sell the car. And so the limo runs a little rough right now. I've got a bunch of other electrical that I'd like to fix, and we got the new temp sensor in. Only dumped out about, I don't know, half a gallon coolant. So we get that refilled too. And yeah, like I said, I got a bunch of other wiring that I need to do in the limo. And we're gonna maybe tonight or tomorrow sneak the egg in and start placing that and getting tubing and connectors hooked up so the hot tub egg can start circulating water. And that would be kind of cool. I'd be pretty content with that. So that's where we're at on our current projects. We've got Brixie's car that is running and driving, but we're looking at possibly sensors on the Mini.
Something like that.
Something like that. So we're going to try and get that dialed in.
GG's.
Still got gravity. Still got gravity. So, yeah, if you guys want to, you're welcome to cruise by the shop tonight. We're going to be doing Miata. We'll be doing limo. Berg threatened to come by earlier, so we'll see. We'll see if that happens. But hopefully, everyone's having a really nice Sunday. And don't forget to show someone that you love them. Give them a kiss on the cheek. Hold their hand. Give it a squeeze, and show them. Don't tell them. It's really important. So thanks, everyone. We will catch you on the next live with new brakes on Brian's Miata. Cool. Now we're still on YouTube, so you still can't drop your pants or anything. What is that? Is that a claw?
That was making sure I remember which way righty tighty lefty.
Oh.
Brian, this front bumper fucks.
Oh, dude, that one's cool.
That's sick.
I can't think of what that one's called. I've seen it before.
Kevin?
You're trying to smell it?
No.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's kind of neat. I don't
Yeah.
know what that is, but
I don't know where that one's from. I haven't seen that one before. All right, folks, I'm still here. I'm just sending the stuff up to YouTube. Or to the Book of Faceless. What do we got?
Yeah, Aaron was driving this the other day, and I could hear we were on the phone, and I was like, "What is that noise in the
it was
background?"
your brakes.
And it was the brakes. I heard them so many times.
Race car. All right, this one's for all the marbles. Kobe 2019 or 2009. Sorry.
Yeah, 2009. That's a way better Kobe.
You don't think Kobe could still hoop in 2019? Let's be honest.
Yeah, I probably
He just wasn't in the league.
Yeah. All right.
I got all this stuff ordered to freshen up the suspension on this winter.
There you go. What are you doing?
All the bushings and ball joints.
Heck yeah.
And I got new boots and like covers for the coilovers.
Nice.
Replace all these Torrington bearings that are rusted into oblivion.
You know, I thought those little sheath covers were pointless, but then somebody kind of explained it to me. I'm like, you know what? Actually, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and the
Keep some
actual dust
clean-
boots because
keep
these don't
some-
even have
yeah,
anything over the
that's
shafts right
fair.
now.
That's fair. These like flowers and off, of course.
Kev, was it last year or the year before you did all the bushings in the Miata?
Last year. All right, any other hashtags I should use here? Mazda, Miata, MX-5, Track Day Bro, Autocross, Brakes, GLOC.
Track
Track Day Bro.
Day Bro is the one I was going to make sure you got in there.
All right. And copy here. Okay. All right, we have it up on Facebook, maybe. Yep. Oh, Scott likes my video. That's so cool.
Of course.
Who's Ted Simmons? Do I know him, Brian?
No, you don't. Ted's one of my friends with Miata.
Got it.
He's the guy with the blindfolded mile record.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, blindfolded or blind? Well, I guess he's not blind if he's on Facebook. Sorry, that took me a second. That took me more seconds than it should have. My apologies. All right, so we have everything on Facebook. We can power this off. And we can probably get him charging too, which is not a bad idea because we'll have more stuff, more content, more content, more content. Where would he go? He should go right there. Oh, right there. Okay. Oh, crap. There he is. Perfect. That's what I'm looking for. There we go. He is charging away.
This is pretty cool.
What do you got?
1999 Honda Civic EK Coupe K-Swap. JDM K24A, 6-speed LSD Z3 trans, tuned on Hyundai.
Wait a second. Are
K-Pro.
you sure that K24A is JDM?
I don't know.
That's a joke. Keep going.
Aftermarket fuel ram regulator, 16-inch wheels and new tires, full interior, radio heat, sunroof, swap header. I don't know what a swap header is. Full exhaust. Car is super fun. Screams to 9K RPM, no problem. Perfect daily. Just went on a 2-hour road trip. No issues. Body isn't perfect, but very minimum rust. Clean floors.
Where's it from?
It's local.
Eee.
Well, at least the car is being sold locally. I don't know where the car's from. It's got that cool vented rear bumper mod, that all Civic guys do. But
Well,
hey,
it's basically an F40.
$6,000 for a K24 swapped EK Coupe is pretty cool, though. Not gonna lie.
Send it to John.
I'm tagging him right
That's
now.
what we need today, man. Got to finish off Sunday strong. We need some triple shot Starbucks and a couple of rock stars.
There you go.
I should be able to do 1,000 push-ups. I have a feeling my anesthesiologist is going to tell me that I cannot have any energy drinks like a week before surgery. He wants them all out of my system. Should not be surprising. Yeah, is that weird, that surgery? I don't know.
Yeah, what are you getting anesthesia for?
Oh, I'm doing I have a major surgery for these implants that are going in. I will look totally different. Like my whole lower portion is going back almost half an inch.
Really?
So like my lips and chin and all of this will go back. When your teeth grow, they grow straight down, and then they go at whatever angle they want once they clear the gum line. So what I have is I have this big space. When they do the implants, they can move them with the large upper and lower jaw. It's so thick that they can move it wherever they want. So in order to, instead of having my lips like this far out, they can go back in further. And they can make adjustments with those implants, the locations where they go, which is pretty cool. So this whole thing, like I'll have to get a new driver's license, passport, because I'll look totally different, especially from the side. This one, like my lips and lower, like the chin will still be the same place, but everything else will go back in.
Wow.
And I have, he said I had 12 millimeters or 13 millimeters to work with.
Damn.
And then a normal extreme implant variation is 5. Wow. That's like if someone goes and does these implants, if you got 5 millimeters of available room, that's a lot. And he was like, yeah, you have 12.
Wow.
I was like, well, showtime, man. Let's do that.
So what made you think about getting that?
Well, it was a combination of my regular dentist and my oral surgeon and recommending the prosthodontist who is doing these implants versus my regular dentist. So the oral surgeon does the oral surgery part and then the prosthodontist does the implants. And we did like, it's cool. They do a 3D scan of your face and your bone. They do like a 3D x-ray, which is really cool. That's how we found that cyst. I had a huge cyst back here, the size of like 2 AA batteries. And they're going to take out that cyst.
Does it not hurt?
Doesn't hurt at all. I can't feel it. There's no like dent or anything. It's inside the bone. So they'll pull it out. There's a very, very, very low chance it's cancerous, but they'll still test it and everything. And then they'll pull that out. It'll take probably a year for that cyst to grow bone back in it. Mm-hmm. And they said it started probably at COVID, maybe a couple months before, and it's just been going ever since. Nothing to stop it. And even on regular dental visits, you can't really see that. So when we started doing the x-rays for the new implants is when it showed up.
Wow.
Because it's inside the bone, so my dentist can't see it when he's looking back there, and there's no infection or anything to say that. So yeah, whole new.
So they just noticed that from an x-ray?
Yeah, it was on the original x-ray that my oral surgeon did when we first went in to redo these implants. And then it slowly progressed into doing these major implants and reconstructing my upper and lower jaw. Well, not reconstructing, just reshaping. So it's a good thing they found that cyst because it can just keep building and building and eventually take my jaw in half. I have to have major surgery to put my jaw back together. Just one day, I'll bite into a fucking cookie or something and it'll just break. That will be painful. So it's kind of good that they found it. But that gets taken care of, all that. And then I have to do a major surgery. It's 4 hours.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, half a day. And my oral surgeon is like, you're going to hate me for 4 hours, but you're going to love me for the rest of your life. I'm like, okay. And I do like Mauro Surgeon. He's a really nice guy.
When are you getting
That's pretty good. December 12th? I think December 12th is the surgery date. I don't remember. Anyone signed on? Oh, hey, Diane's here. She's says we have audio. So, yay, that's nice. That means the mics are working. They weren't working last night on the first attempt. And then the second attempt, they did work. What year's your Miata, Brian?
2001.
Yeah, this is 2001 Mazda Miata MX-5. And if you're in the US, you call it a Miata. If you're anywhere else in the world, you call it an MX-5.
Why not both?
You can't, because people don't know what the fuck it is if you call it a Miata. They're like, what is
a
it?
Roadster?
Yeah, they call it a Mazda Roadster.
Munoz.
Yeah.
Got the 6G and badge on the bill.
Rushing
Did you really?
touchdown.
Yeah, I have the Roadster badge on.
Oh, yeah, you do. Cool.
Brian, I've got all these rushing touchdowns by wide receivers. I'm not going to complain, though.
These guys are doing fantasy football.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, and like I said, I got on the Facebook Live, I've got a bad OG sensor on the limo, so that's getting replaced tomorrow. That'll be fun, rolling it back in here at 3,000 RPMs and dumping fuel like it's.
Okay, so rushing yards, 14. Rushing touchdowns, 1. Receiving yards, 42. Receptions, 3. In the first 13, 12 minutes of the game, he's got 15 points. Let's go!
These guys are all about the sports.
It's such a love-hate relationship with fantasy football. Such a
I like,
love-hate relationship.
I like hockey.
I like hockey.
I like hockey.
Hockey good.
Thus the hoodie that I have on.
CBJ. What's STH?
Season ticket holder. Yeah,
Every
so
season.
you spend 10 grand in tickets, you get a $40 hoodie.
It's like Snap-on truck.
Yeah. Yeah, you spend 10 grand in tools, here's your $8 pen. Thanks.
No.
It's a $40
You
pen.
spend for them.
I
Yeah.
was
No,
looking
no,
at
yeah, you
followers for BMWs the other day on the TC Find site. When you're selecting the options, the 3 things you had to pick were front spring rate, rear spring rate, and t-shirt size.
There you go.
TC Klein. That name.
Are these banana?
God, I hope
They're
not.
like banana
It tastes
walnut or
banana
something.
chocolate chip.
I thought they were chocolate chip.
It tastes like banana chocolate
It says banana something on the label.
Does it really?
Yeah,
I didn't read the label. I just saw the big chocolate chips and
They
just
look
10 seconds, and it was like, yes.
Microwave, 10 seconds. These are good.
Banana chocolate chips, okay?
You don't like it?
No, it sounds good. I was just expecting.
Oh!
All right, let's give them a try. After 2 of the BBDs trying to fit one of these fuckers in. These are like muffins, man. These are
Dude.
huge.
They're awesome.
Look at the size of these.
Double
things.
check the package if you want, but
No, I believe you. I
I've
just
got-
thought, well, it has yellow on it too. which should
I've
tell
got
you
hint
more.
of banana.
It's banana walnut chocolate chip cookies.
Oh,
All right.
I can't taste the walnut, but
There might be a smidge of walnut in there. Oh, these are so
I like the banana. Yeah. No complaints here.
Uh-uh. Yeah, TC Klein and my car. You know the history, right?
No. Which car? Which 9 of them? Which one of the 9
The
of them?
neon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What did he do with it?
Yeah, what about
he punted John Fernandez at the Nationals in 04.
it? In that car?
TC was his 300.
Hmm.
You've never seen that video? Yeah. Second to last lap, John went to pass Donald Knowles, who's like, he looks like Santa, but he's this awesome driver. And he knows Mid-Ohio really well, and he's in a CTSV.
Nice.
And in the sedan, and he's kicking ass, and he's leading most of the race.
Oh, yeah.
And John's right on his ass the whole race. And so there's 2 laps left. So turn one, he goes to pass him, and John gets up on the curbing on the pit out, and that pushes him into Don, and they both spin out. Don goes into the sand. John spins out but gets back on track cleanly, and there two guys go past. It was TC Klein and somebody else. I think it might have just been TC. And so they go up to the keyhole, and John's now right on TC's ass. He's caught him, no problem. That little car catching the 300ZX, it was only stage 2.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And John's a really kick-ass driver too.
Yeah.
So he goes up, comes out of keyhole. Now they're on the back straight. John gets past him, and then TC, they come into Madness, and TC gets ahead of him and in Madness. And then coming down the hill, John brakes to go towards the Honda bridge. TC, full throttle, right into the back of John Fernandez, sends him right into the grass. Both guys go into the grass.
No shit.
It's all on video, too. So, years later, which was probably 4 or 5 years ago, I'm at a NASA event at Mid-Ohio. I'm instructing. I think Nolan and I might have been doing TT. We're in the paddock, and we got there kind of early the day before, 4 or 5. It's still light out.
Sure.
We pull into the paddock, and I'd seen a bunch of friends as we were pulling in. So I went and talked to my friends.
Right.
There's a Luke McGrew and some other guys.
Okay.
And came back to, at the time, it was my Jeep in the trailer. And
This Jeep?
no, my other,
Oh.
the one that Dominic killed.
Oh.
I saw TC pull in with his truck and his big trailer, and it says TC Klein on
Of
it.
course.
I was like, oh, okay, TC's going to be here this weekend. This will be interesting when he sees the car. So I'm walking back towards the car, and TC's looking for a parking spot, and he starts to back in with his truck and trailer, and then he sees my car, and he goes to the other side of the paddock because he didn't know that I had.
Yeah.
So he thinks John Fernandez is back, and like coming out because John Fernandez is huge. He's like 6'5", like line, big push broom mustache. He's like was big. He was a Chrysler exec.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And so
That's
I'm sure
so
TC was like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
I'm gonna stay away from him.
I never got a chance to talk to him. I didn't see him all weekend.
That's so funny.
So,
That's great.
but I watched him like pull into a spot. He was backing in, and then he saw the car, and then he just completely went to the other side of the paddock. Like he didn't want anything to do with it. That would have been very funny. But he had his M2 there that weekend, I think. He graduated a little bit from the 300ZX that he originally had.
Yeah, that's a slight upgrade.
Yeah. Yeah, those guys are coming through the back straight, 135 miles an hour, 130 miles an hour. And that thing's on stage 2 with stock brakes. Had Carbotech pads, but still the stock brakes and stock struts and everything.
What's up, Brian?
Nothing. I'm just thinking. This is my least favorite part: is getting the tension in the parking brake rate.
Oh.
Miatas have a little set screw on the back of the caliper that sets your parking brake. So right now, Brian's brake is totally loose in the car. And so he has to set it where the rotor still spins free, but you have tension from the axle and everything else. And then a quarter turn, it can lock up totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to be kind of very careful and tune it kind of just right where you still have a free spinning rotor. But you want your parking brake to absolutely grab. I finally got a piece of walnut.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
I can do without the walnut, but it's a good. I guess it would be good for.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
It's good.
Is it from your hydro setup? No, I'm just kidding. That's a drifting joke. Drifting humor with Miatas.
Which, you know, they do have those.
There's plenty.
Yeah, you see several at Drift Indy every time.
Most of those guys are LS or turbo, correct?
Yeah, most of them. Are. You'll see naturally aspirated ones every once in a while.
Yeah.
They're usually like beginners.
Yeah, I talked to Berg earlier. He said he's loving the Miata. It's so easy.
They're such fun street cars.
God, they absolutely nailed it with this car. Oh, you want to cruise around in the summer at the top down? Perfect. Oh, you want to go to the track and hammer down as hard as possible and become a killer driver? Go ahead. You can use the same damn car. It is not gender specific. You'll see plenty of women hammering these things at the track. See plenty of women just driving them around. Old guys, young guys. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's a very diverse owner group for these.
Yeah. It's not like the Corvette where you got to be, 45, New Balance shoes, jorts, sprinkling of chest hair, show off the gold chain, satin jacket in the front seat, and then a little placard that tells you that it was the one of 12 made on May 13th, 2022.
Dude, when you go to the Corvette
In red.
museum, the gift shop there is so funny because it's like that demographic they're targeting.
Oh, God.
Like all the women's clothes are bedazzled.
Oh boy. Brian's got a ton of colors on this car too. He's not like me. He doesn't care what color it is as long as it works right. So we have orange, we have index orange, we have blue.
There's a
we
lot
have
of super
gold,
neon
black,
orange, but there's a lot of other random stuff too.
red patch, red lines,
The lines are orange.
orange.
That's way where in the front's red.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're kind of a burnt orange. Orange lines, big ass red soy bar, anodized orange. Blue, a light blue, a dark blue, and gold. It's like the Crayola 64 pack. These cookies are really good.
They all have some purple when I do the bushings too.
Oh, okay.
They're like a bluish purple.
You're gonna get infringed for the awesome music. What is it? Oh,
Just a video.
oh. Those cookies are really good. Have you already done the fronts?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is always what takes me like half of the time of doing brakes. Sometimes it goes really easy.
I'm glad I got the brakes in the Mercedes done last night. Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, can you raise the lift a little bit?
Yeah. By the way, I have one of these, right?
I just wanted to drop it
Oh,
so I can pull the.
I have one of those kids, so
Yeah.
you don't need to bring it in.
Oh, I thought I remembered something weird with like yours didn't fit in my bike.
I do mine how with it.
Okay. I might have grabbed the wrong thing. They're all wet.
I don't know. I guess in the front, I just have to get those.
These are all OEM right now.
But you have the extended ball joint at the front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is an extended ball joint?
It's taller.
It pushes the lower ball joint in the front out like a half inch or so, which adds a lot more camber.
Huh.
It's immediate camber.
Nice.
So it's actually my camber adjustment is actually on the low side now. Whereas before it was maxed out at like 2.25 degrees. And
Gotcha.
Now I'm running over 3, and I could run like 5 if I wanted to.
Bam.
But somehow with my new super highly adjustable control arms, I can barely get to 0.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with
I don't know what the deal is with that. Oh. Oh, that was a 1-2-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That didn't feel good.
Lights are on.
That was one of my favorite things to do when I was big into bicycles was rear brake, grabbing the rear brakes and drifting.
Well, like BMX.
No, I wasn't big into BMX, but we had bikes that you could still do that on. Get slick pavement, especially if it was wet. Just master.
We were doing that in the snow at my last apartment in the parking lot. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
On a bicycle?
Yeah.
Oh
mountain bikes.
gosh.
It was really fun. Definitely ate it a bunch of times.
Yeah. RPF ones are cool. I don't know. I like my dial-ins a lot. I want to go. I think I want to buy those Koenig dial-ins again. Those are sick. I was very happy with those. I
like the gold on these because they're not as
looks really good.
they're not as overdone as
Just
the
RPF
silver.
ones. RPF ones they're not a forged wheel.
No.
So you pay a premium for them for whatever reason, And it's like I can get the same style of wheel.
Yeah, you're just paying for NK at that point versus a different brand.
Yeah, but you can, like I said, you can find a wheel that's made the same way that's not a.
Oh yeah, I mean you can get float form wheels from
Yeah.
from everyone. Like NK just in general is more expensive than Kona.
Really?
The two brands.
Yeah, that's fair too.
NK's tuning series is pretty similarly priced to Kona.
Right.
All their racing series wheels are more expensive.
Right.
Like these and like the PFO one.
Of course.
They
Which makes
they have a
sense.
new one that I really like, the PFO 6.
Really?
They like came out earlier this year. I think it was really good.
Oh.
They do it like in this gold, and then they have white with like a really thin machine edge,
Nice.
and black with a really thin machine edge on it. I was looking at getting those for my Civic at one point, but I'm gonna have to get, if I really want any lighter wheel, I'm gonna have to get PFO ones for it.
There you go.
Because I need an 18x8 50 offset, and that's like the only one that I can find that comes in a 50. There's a lot of 45s, but the 45s on it right now rub a little bit.
Really? Yeah.
But PFO ones in that size are like under 18 pounds for an 18x8. It'll save a lot of it for the stock wheels, which are another option to run.
Yeah, Michigan sunset.
Huh?
John's here too.
Yeah, I don't know why he hasn't walked in yet.
I was doing something on his phone.
Oh, of course.
Reload. Have you done both sides, Brian, or just this side?
No, I've been messing with both sides. The other one's really easy to create numbers and things, and this one's being weird.
Like,
it just feels like it's grabbing a lot more in general. Like, this one's doesn't spin as freely as the other side does. Like, with the wheel on it, it's a little more noticeable. But the other one, even without the wheel on it, like,
and if you dial back even more, does it spin any freer? Or this is max free spin?
that's dialed back like all of it.
Feels just about as tight as this one.
Yeah.
Plus, you said you did compress the calipers on the rear too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So it might be one where you need to pull the e-brake and then release it
Yeah.
I have done that once at least.
right now?
Yeah.
Okay. What else you got?
I just need to figure out where to set the screw on the phone.
Yeah, if you do that quarter turn thing, it should be okay.
Should be fine. Yeah, I usually do a half turn. I think the direction's safe.
All the touchdowns. It's
Yeah.
still crazy that my two starting wide receivers both have rushing touchdowns, but they don't have receiving touchdowns.
Was
Not that
that,
I'm complaining.
is that when they catch the ball and run it in, or
Receiving would be that they get handed off in the backfield.
no? Rushing would be.
Rushing. I'm sorry. Had that backwards. Rushing would be they get handed it off in the backfield like a running back.
Okay.
Receiving is, the quarterback passes the ball to them and then they run it in.
Okay.
Or
they're
the
standing.
quarterback passes it to them in the end zone.
Yeah.
Either or works.
Okay,
for
I
a
didn't
school.
know. I don't know what the rule was, if they had to be
Fantasy.
standing in the end zone and catch it, or catch it.
In
and
general
run
or
it.
for fantasy?
What's up, John? We're on YouTube Live, by the
You want
way.
to see a really
Man,
weird
some
stat line
Starbucks?
Taysom Hill always has streak.
Rich.
For who?
I'm
For the
down bad.
Saints. He's their
Yeah, you are
tight
down
end,
bad.
but,
You
Like, they
drink
play him as a
Starbucks.
quarterback when they get
You
to the
drink
red zone
Dunkin'.
sometimes.
Yes,
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's
So
half the
they'll get
cost.
like
It's
rushing
just as good.
touchdowns, passing
You should do
touchdowns,
that.
receiving touchdowns.
If you can afford
It's
Starbucks,
a
you can
tight
Weird.
end.
All right.
Yeah, you got me. So I got the mini fixed somewhat.
That's all.
Yeah. Still cuts out under wide open throttle, but
Part out.
it's hard out.
Hard out. Yeah, you guys should see the sunset. It's actually pretty cool. Purple, orange, and yellow, and blue.
Yeah, it's gonna look like John's lips if he doesn't stop talking back.
Yeah, man. You better bring a big friend.
I am a big friend. What do you mean?
Friend
Scott's like,
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I love it.
cheer. Yeah, what's your status? You've been doing rolls in 30-degree weather?
Yeah.
And get pulled over for running stop signs.
Yeah.
Did you? Was that what it was?
Yeah, he was a total dickhead about it.
Just running a stop sign.
Yeah.
Did you get a citation or you get a
No.
warning?
He was like, officer.
Officer Smith.
John said he hit me with one of these.
Oh my
That's
God.
funny.
He's like, officer, blah, 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 with CPD. Do you know why I pulled you over? I'm like, no. He's like, license? I'm like, yeah, I still carry. I don't have anything on me. I handed him my permit and my ID. He didn't ask for registration. He didn't ask for insurance. He didn't ask for anything. He was back in the car for 10 seconds and he came back up and gave me ID back. I was like, have a good night.
He didn't even, so when did he
Nothing.
tell you?
So he was like,
he's because he asked me,
He
he's
didn't
like,
tell
you know why I pulled you over? I'm like, no. He's like, you ran that stop sign. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
is there any reason for that? I'm like, yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Like, I don't know. Because I don't care. There's 15 other cars in front of me that just ran that stop sign.
why'd you pick me?
But yeah, but I'm the bozo that was in the back.
Do you know why I pulled you over? Oh, yeah, because I'm fucking hot.
He thought I was gonna run.
Really?
I pulled out onto Morse Crossing in the left lane, and he lit me up, and I was like, okay, whatever. I got over to the right lane, and he was on my bumper.
Like bumper.
Yeah, like
Like
hard.
an
I'm
F1
like-
ready to pass.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, I'm not going anywhere. We're being corny. But that gave everyone enough space, enough time to get up and get to their thing. Because I guess there was a road rage shooting on
I
270.
saw that on 670.
Yeah,
3
270,
people died.
270.
From what?
Road rage.
3 people died.
When? Last night?
Yeah.
Wow.
They had swaps on 270 and all kinds of crazy shit.
What?
Oh gosh. Okay, we're done. Getting off Instagram now. I did get a new trade proposal. I wonder who wants to trade some players.
Oh, Kev Harbor Freight got some new Bauer stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they have a brushless impact and drill now.
Okay.
I got that impact wrench because mine had been not taking lug nuts and stuff off sometimes.
All right, pending moves.
But the new one is awesome.
Donta Foreman
I think
trade
it's like
proposal.
$115. It's supposed to have 1,000 foot-pounds of breakaway torque instead of like the 450 that this has, because it's the same one I had before.
We'll look at it, maybe have that one for the shop and the other one for the track.
Yeah, the other one took off those rusty BMW light bolts that
No
mine
problem.
had no chance of getting off before.
Yeah, we talked about lug studs last night, doing the bends, taking those wheels off.
All right.
Lug nuts versus over lug studs all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, watch it.
German crap.
You're right.
Oh yeah, both your cars have those, don't they?
Yeah, my Jeep has them.
Why?
Stellantis.
Huh?
Because it was Stellantis.
It's a European
yeah,
car.
It's European.
They've been
Kinda.
European since what, 2014?
Mercedes, Fiat.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, well, that's what it comes with. So that's what I got to deal with.
Ew, buff. I have to grab my blanket out of the car and take a nap.
All right, John. Brian's in for Road Atlanta.
Okay.
John's out for Road Atlanta. Okay.
I can't afford it.
Okay. Not in John's budget for this year. Scott is in for Road Atlanta. Crewing? Scott is 50-50 on crewing for Road Atlanta.
When is it again?
9/10.
Of December?
Yeah.
And you're going down when?
7.
If I can get Thursday and Friday off and ride with you, I'm definitely in.
So if you
But
get the
I
days
have
off
to. I will tomorrow. I will put in the days. I only have one PTO day left, so I'll have to take one unpaid day. And if I can cruise with you,
Yeah.
Am I paying for my own hotel?
I'll split a room with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll work.
And then
So it'll be 3 nights. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
less than $50.
Is there part of the race on Sunday too?
Yeah,
So
so
we'll be
we'll
getting
race
back
Saturday
pretty
and
late.
Sunday, and we'll get back super late. on
Okay,
Sunday.
that's fine. Yeah, let me get the time off work, but I get paid the 5th, that Tuesday, so
Okay.
definitely down.
Because racing doesn't even end until 4 o'clock.
Yeah, and then we've got 8-hour drive back. So
And I can help drive too.
yeah, that would be cool.
Brian, are you?
And then for the other vehicle, we can take either my Jeep or Mercedes or whatever.
There you go.
We can take as a sub. We'll have the Grom as a track
There
vehicle
you go.
too. So we'll have
Drum's lit.
the support. We'll take as many spares as we can. The only thing I really want to do is get with Braden and get those axle boots.
On
Get the
the
axles. He's going to cut a notch
MR6?
in the axles that I have, so that the boot stays put and doesn't slide in and out. Because when it slides down off the skinny part of the shaft, it gets bunched up and gets cut, gets worn, pre-worn too fast. So we need to have it hang out.
Context.
Oh, did the axles not have the?
No.
Sorry.
Have you ever seen the axles on the MR6?
The old ones that were all rusty.
Oh no! You haven't seen these guys?
I mean, I helped put the boot on, but I don't remember what
Context.
what it looks like. I have the bridge to see it in.
No, because we didn't
Are you
know.
talking about on the small side or the?
Actually, on both sides. So you remember the original MR axles? Just for comparison, I think I have one over here. Maybe. Michael took it? No. So here's dumbbell. So here's an original MR2 axle. Okay.
Yep.
The ones I had measured custom make,
Ooh,
a little beefier.
a little bit different.
But see how they don't have the notches cut in for the boots
Gotcha.
to get clamped onto. So
Makes
what happens
sense.
is the boot will slide down to this lower part and it
And it
gets
leaks.
all bunched up
Yep.
here. And then it pre-wears. Same
Yeah.
thing on this side.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
Damn. That's a beefy boy for sure.
they'll
That's
do
very nice.
They'll do
though.
700 horsepower.
Yeah.
Do you have the tool to?
The ones that I
put
want for
those
the
things
mini
on
are
now?
rated.
Yeah.
The ones I want for the mini.
I know we
are
couldn't
rated
get it
5.
that tight.
We'll take bands and the tool.
These are awesome.
Yeah, those are really nice.
These are awesome.
Let's say it was pretty good last time. That was the only fix we had to do. Was
Yeah. Considering the guys next to us were building a Miata engine all weekend.
Crazy.
All
Absolutely
weekend.
Yeah, the ironic part is that they got the checkered flag at the end, but they only ran like 3 laps.
3
so
laps,
we missed
yeah.
it, and we missed it by that much.
They practiced on Friday and blew up their engine. And then spent the whole weekend putting their car back together.
They bought a new engine for the
Yeah.
Saturday night.
Well, they got a short nose and they need a long nose, or they got a long nose and they need a short.
Yeah, they have all sorts of problems.
Dude, did you see this?
No, I don't know who that is.
So the Michigan interim head coach.
Oh,
Well, what's his nuts is not.
oh
coaching.
yeah, the coach got fined and suspended.
Yeah.
I can hear Brian doing the other side of the brakes. Can't really. It doesn't tell you who's in here, how many
Supercharged
people,
10-speed. Click play.
how many people are watching, etc.
What's up, GTI though?
John, did you sell your GTI?
Yeah. We sold it a while ago.
What's up with the GTI though?
Just big turbo.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Stock fuel systems are fucking better. It could be a
It's stock fuel system for the GTI.
Let's say
It's on 85.
Does it just say
So supercharged.
That's probably Ross Blower. Probably makes like 400, 500 wheel. If that. Soft wheels. That's not bad. Big
Rush
turbo,
blowers.
big turbo.
Rush
85.
blowers. 10 speed? Dude,
Yeah.
stop 10 speed in 500 wheel. Code, you're saying Connor's car NA doesn't make 500 wheel?
This is full bolt on.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
How do you know it's not a supercharged full bolt on car?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. There's no fucking description. That shit. That's
I'm just
dumb.
doing this.
You're corny.
I know I am. I drive slow jump.
I gotta say though,
It's just an XL 85, which means it would have low pressure and high pressure fuel pumps, and then tuned on 85. What?
Rich.
Rich. Yeah, not me. I'm getting rid of mine.
Yeah.
That's a GTI too, so you know he was spinning.
That's one.
How much is the GTI like?
3,000, 3,100.
That's a
Brand
premium
new.
car, too. 4,000.
Your premium car.
I know.
Rich.
I'm cool.
Yeah, the nice thing is the dust
Oh,
comes
yeah,
off
it's
really
like-
easy.
No?
Yeah.
Ripskis.
It's non-metallic, so it won't like
Dig in
dig in and like rust in all the corners like my hot ones do.
like Devin's car with.
Yeah, the permanently discolored wheels.
Dang, so pretty.
They say those new.
No, I've had these for
See,
like,
that's what I said. I said,
I feel like
I
I
haven't
have
seen
seen
these.
them on this car before, but I think it's been a while.
yeah, they're not as wide as the silver ones.
Yeah.
That's why I stopped trying these for like track stuff and autocross
Yeah. I like that color a lot though, the green.
things.
It looks really good.
yeah, the color combo goes crazy.
I think these were like the fourth set of wheels I had for this. I think I've had 6 sets of wheels for this car.
So yeah, I have that on some GTI before.
I've had just as many as the other girls have.
CD Lamb. It's in the end zone.
And I plan to buy and sell at least one set of wheels for each of the cars this coming year too.
Yeah. Looks a lot better.
Yeah, thank you.
Maybe something. I'm just gonna say it. Brian, did you pass on the digital?
What was that?
Did you pass on the digital?
What digital?
Torque wrench.
What do you mean?
Are you not using it?
No, I'm gonna use it.
Oh,
I guess I can do the back, so I'll have to lower it down to do the front.
I just heard the drawers close and I was like, oh, it doesn't like the new digital torque wrench.
And to pull the brakes. Seems fine to me. Aaron ended up getting picked for the boost program at work.
Oh,
Because it's like pretty low volume right now, so they have like a lottery for each month. So she's gonna get a CRV hybrid. Should be nice.
Well, they're not cement. But
That's much better than it was.
they've got the majority of the shit out. Also, this car would probably never really similar.
Yeah.
Actually drive it. It's amazing how few of those cars actually see any mileage throughout the year or ever in their life. I would say 95 to 97% of those cars will drive on a trailer and off a trailer. Some of them won't even drive shafts or batteries or anything, which is actually kind of sad. I don't understand your trying to sell stuff.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of the big thing the last couple of years are fake exhausts for EVs. So you can get your EV to sound like a 69 Camaro with a big cam.
We were up at Easton last night. I heard it's one of those electric Porsches, the 4-door big body Porsches. That was doing that. It sounded like a V8.
The Taycan?
Yeah. And I'm like, well, you could definitely tell it was fake.
Yeah, I've heard a whole bunch of them, and given it's coming to my iPhone, so I don't know how good it actually is. But it actually sounds shit.
Yeah.
Well, it sounded like it was doing
like make cool electric noises too. Like they
Yeah.
don't really make it make.
It sounded like it was doing like 30 mile an hour in first gear,
But
and it was doing
standing
like,
still.
Yeah, it was doing like.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, buddy, cut the script.
Sorry, my lift makes Frankenstein noises in the winter when it gets cold. The seals get kind of weird, and the lift makes all sorts of funny noises. Clean enough for the track, right?
Yep. I was just looking. I'm gonna have to re-clean up the headlights again this year.
Fogged over again?
Yeah, I think I just did it last year, but it sat outside a lot more this year than I had in the past. Usually it sits in the garage more.
Can't you get a set that's UV stabilized and doesn't do that?
I mean, I put the UV protectant on it after I do it.
Yeah.
All the aftermarket headlights for these cars suck. So
Are they pretty bad? Pretty heavies?
yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Not the same for NAs.
You can get all sorts of good
the
NA
Viper
ones.
kit. Then you just use different headlights.
I like the NA2 headlights. Like the projectors didn't work well.
Yeah, but no pop-ups. Pop-ups where the wind is at, correct?
Topics are cool.
Isn't that correct? Yeah.
So I have a question.
Okay.
I was talking to my buddy last night, and he says that York Steakhouse is terrible. Have you guys ever had York?
I don't like the deep whistle. I don't like the broad.
It's right off the highway.
Yeah, I'm okay.
No, the area's whatever.
I've been there once.
The area's whatever. The area's crappy, sure, but I don't know. So, Kevin, this is what I want to do over there. This is something I want to get everything out of the engine bay, and I want to get everything nice and clean. Yeah.
You got to do individual parts.
Yeah, unfortunately. Which is fine, because then I'd be replacing a lot of individual like gaskets and such.
Right.
Which, if I keep stock supercharger, I'm going to want to do that anyway.
Well, you're going to be bulletproofing it, is what you're doing. As long as all your internals are set,
Yep.
you're just bulletproofing it.
Yep.
Keep our blueprint engine sticker. Nice. That on the left. Saving that for something, and I couldn't remember what. Happy brakes?
Yeah, well, that took like 3 times as long as it should.
Yeah, but
It
the rear ones are all finicky.
Yeah, usually they're really quick. That one just felt weird to me today for some reason.
I'm sure it'll be fine, right?
Oh yeah, I mean I'm confident it's adjusted right now. It just took me too long to get there.
I had the same thing on mine, so I feel it. I feel it.
If it wasn't for that part, changing brake pads on this car would be so fast.
Is it? Oh, yeah, I can see it out there right now. That's cool.
John, how do you like this thing so far?
It's not bad. It needs some work, but it's definitely fun. Really comfortable, good. Thank you.
Nice. What year is it?
2011.
Is that one of the first years of that body style?
It's the second year of that body style, but the first year of the Coyote.
Yeah.
So I can get front brake pad kit, PVC yellows through eBay, Napa for $272 off their website. But I can get them through work because we use Napa as our main supplier. I bet they'll be less than $200
Is that for pads and litters?
for the whole front kit.
Let me know.
Yeah. I $272 online. I bet I can get it for like $220 through work.
Yeah, I would definitely do that. I just think. What is it? I think it was 300 something for all those pads.
Really?
So,
Oh, I can't get yellows for the rear. That's stupid. I'm sure I can buy rear yellows somewhere else. That's so dumb.
is that what those sliding rotors do? Mike has those on his Mazda. They look really cool.
The block ones. I want those really bad.
Yeah.
The lady said they do look really cool. Probably gonna be the exact same fucking thing, but they just look cool.
The orange stuff, I can get orange stuff for,
Oh, does Napa sell those too?
yeah.
Oh yeah, just get those if you do a track day one.
This is from the Ultimax to the Sport, so I'm assuming the rotors are more aggressive. Still waiting up to load.
The red of the pads is more noticeable than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Looks good though.
Yeah, it
Pops
doesn't
a
look
bit.
bad. It's not too much red.
Little pad there, you can see.
They're GLOC GS1, they're street pad. But the compound is compatible with my track pads from them, so they like work all in the same rotors.
Yeah.
The track ones felt awesome on the track. I was talking to Kevin. I think he's gonna get them for the MR2
Yeah.
because it needs more brake.
Yeah.
Really just pad. I think it'll fit fine with that.
Yeah, just be fun.
And then
CSF
depending on how
radiator.
it feels like we'll see if it needs like adjustable bias.
There you go. CSF radiator is pretty cheap for my car. Not that I need one, but $2.99.
That's not bad. I bet a couple CSF radiators for this car.
So the GLOC R53 front brake pads are $138 for the GS1s. Which ones would you recommend?
That's what I just put on this car.
Really, GS1s?
You still have that big break here?
No.
And what did they recommend for the MR6?
Unfortunately, I should have kept it.
Yeah.
No, they're gonna
It wasn't really a brake kit. It was R56 brakes,
I got
which are
those
just
little
slightly
R-
bigger than the R53s.
like probably R8 in the back and like R12 in the front maybe, which is
So they have
the same as like Carbotech's ones of the
Same,
same number.
8 and 12, okay.
the options just giving me
I
are
like
R6,
that.
R8, R10, R12, R14, R16, and R18
So
for the pads.
8 in the back, 12 up front.
That's probably what they'll say. I'll ask them.
Yeah. And
I
the
don't know.
numbers,
I ran 8 in the back on this and 10 in the front. When I asked them about my Civic, they said go 812.
yeah, because we're 4367.
Mm-hmm.
So that's with a full tank of gas, no driver.
Yeah. Do you feel confident revving it over 5K now?
No problem. I mean, we'll obviously do as much testing as possible prior to the race, but
Mhm.
and I love the idea of Shaler.
Yeah, I'll ask him.
Do you know
John, what do you think about loaning your suit to Shaler if you're not going to race?
That's fair.
Can you load it out
I'm
to him?
not fitting. Mine's him on the bottom.
High water's okay.
Yeah, I mean, as long as if it'll fit him, that's fine. Comfortably, I don't do shit. That's one thing.
You have that extra one too. Has Berg tried that?
I have the extra suit.
Don't,
Yeah.
don't you have an extra suit?
Do I have an extra suit?
I thought
Katie.
Katie used it.
Yeah,
Do you have an extra suit?
the one that we went and got. From
It's black.
Yeah,
Okay.
I bought one from Pat. Katie was using. Do I have it?
I know I tried it on
you
before the
did,
last
'cause I-
race.
Yeah, because I tried it on.
It was
the size of my suit. It's in the race pack.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I know for a fact I put it on out here before I went to Summit and bought my suit.
Let me check the race one. Brian, do you have Hans?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll actually wear mine for this.
So I need to buy it once.
Well, you could share the one that he has, right?
Yeah, I know just like next year.
Yeah.
So
I'll actually use mine for this one because I finally adjusted all the straps and stuff when I did the last track day in the Miata. I bought it like right before the last Lemons race, but I like didn't bother with
yeah, messing
because
with
it's the hybrid one that you like it straps like around your
Your
body
chest.
and there's like the two different tethers to adjust on the helmet.
Yeah. My buddy Andrew wants my interior, so I think I'll probably end up doing aftermarket seats and harness bar and stuff in my car.
Mm.
And actually using the horns. Like I said, Roberto has that free track day at Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to, even if I go up there as my car sits with just brakes and tires,
It'll
That'd
be
be-
fun like that.
that'd be fun. That'd be a lot of fun because it has a decent alignment in it. already. It just needs control on it.
Not really. Old helmet. Just to back up. Current helmet. Shoe is.
So who uses?
What's that?
The shoes?
Yeah,
I wore them for the last one.
That's what I thought. I know someone who uses them. So you got to pay too. I have a pair of shoes. They're somewhat broken in. So I tried it on.
Second race suit.
Sheesh.
Shoes. I have race shoes, backup shoes. Hans, pants, and extra shield. So, this is good.
I still need to go buy a fucking suit too.
Why?
Mine's way too big.
That was a nice suit though. Wasn't it like $400 or something?
Yeah, just about, I think.
That was
That, I got a hand too, but getting it in was only like $50. It's just really baggy. If I had to crawl in and out of that fucking car,
yeah. Or
That's
do
right.
it fast. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm buying my friend's one that I borrowed last time off of them.
see, I would probably sell mine, but at the same time, it's like, you probably can't use jacket pants combo, can you? For pit racing or for lungs?
Don't think. I don't. Yeah, because they don't sell
So that's what I'm saying. they
a
don't
combo,
sell
so I don't think you can use it.
that. So I'll probably just keep mine.
You can
and
check the rules. They'll tell you in there.
Jacket pants are usually more of a drag racing thing, right?
That's why I got.
Yeah.
That's why I have to.
Did you ever
Can you
see
not wear
that?
one piece for that?
Uh,
Can you wear one piece for that?
Probably, but mine's way too baggy. Mine's way too big. It's too puffy. Yeah, I don't have to have. It doesn't have to be like a
SFI.
SFI 3 or whatever. The lemons has to be.
Did you ever see that John Force post-race interview where they were accusing him of using some kind of trash control on his car? And they actually thought he had a body module on his body that he was clicking before launch to engage the trash control. And this is years ago. This is 15 years ago or whatever. And so this is full John Force mode. Whoops the guy's ass.
Yeah.
Finishes, pulls off the helmet, starts taking his suit off, and he strips it down to his underwear.
I think I have some.
I don't have anything. I don't have anything on me. You guys want to look? See, we just ran a 512. I just want everyone to know, make sure that everyone can see that I don't, because they had him stripped. They strip searched him looking for any kind of clicker, and he's walking away from this interview in his space panties, back to his car. You're like, okay, that's pretty hardcore. Yeah. They had his engine apart a bunch of times, and those guys they're quick with rebuilding engines, but
Yeah, still.
still. And he still won.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, yeah, I got spare suit, spare shoes,
And I have
spare
a-
Hans.
I have a suit. I think it's a large.
Yeah, it was a 56 or 54.
I think
What
it's
size is
56.
this extra one?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's a large
Here,
suit.
yeah.
I know it was too big for me.
It's probably large.
It fit Katie great 6 months ago.
You saying they don't make maternity suits?
No, and that actually really bummed her out because I talked to her and she really does want to race. This one,
I don't think she'll be able to do that.
well, not right
Not
now.
currently.
Jesus.
Wait, I think it's
Oh, is it in there?
XL.
This is an XL,
Yeah, good.
but it's also, she's 6 foot, so
See, that's what's fucked
it's
up.
all legs.
That's what's fucked up is you really have to find that balance between the height and the size. Because mine around fits perfect for a large, but it's way too fucking
The
long.
legs are always super long.
So if I get a medium, it's gonna be way too tight, but it'll be just the right length.
Yeah, but that's why that fit Katie, because with her hips and her
The
torso
height, yeah,
and her super long legs, that one fit just great. So with a guy, it would look silly because it would be out to here, and your legs would be super long.
So that shade pretty skinny. That might not be him.
But yours might.
Wow.
This one will balloon on Shay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's big on me.
That's the thing
on
too.
Patton, too.
With the harnesses and stuff too, you at least want it to be somewhat snug. That's why I wasn't a really big fan of mine, just because it is so puffy.
I'm so pissed that the video's gone. Because John's first driving a car. Well, talk to you know who to talk to.
Yeah.
You don't have to talk to me. I'm under control. John's first driving a car, going down, coming out of grid and going through pit lane. That quote is probably my favorite quote of the whole weekend. Just, what the hell am I doing here? I'm just a dumb street racer. Then he goes out on grid, and then you watch John 2 laps later, and it is yee for the next half hour.
Dude, I was gone.
It was all. Thank God the camera is above waist level, so really couldn't see that. I was really worried that your dick was actually going to be in the way of your steering. You'd have to like hold it out of the way.
Time in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, you told me to do screws, and I'm like,
this guy just passed me. God damn it!
Here's second gear coming up the hill.
Right. But everyone pretty much did do a Sunday cruise except for the one Red Mist with Michael, where he went after that 3000 or 300 ZX or whatever, where he locked up the tires. But otherwise, everyone else did. You did. You weren't hammered down at all.
I mean,
we had very
I
similar
drove.
times.
Yeah, I drove like
Quick.
reasonably hard. Besides the back straight, I lifted every time because I wasn't confident in the brakes.
Yeah, that was my biggest thing with the brakes.
That was like
Yeah.
I would have cut a bunch of seconds off the lap time if I had just actually ran it out on the straight.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing for me was the brakes.
Because I was running like
You gonna have coilovers on the
17
car?
seconds slower than I was in the Miata there.
What's that?
Are you gonna have coilovers on the car?
I hope so. I'll talk to BC tomorrow
Nice.
and just get a status update. Hey, a week out.
You
6
ordered
weeks
them
out.
already?
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh
cool.
yeah. No, I ordered them last
I
month.
think that's what I'm gonna go with too. BCs. You can't beat them.
I think the brakes
Can't beat
and
them.
the body roll carrying the car everywhere, it not being as planted, I think those are my two concerns. Because if you're coming out of some of the turns,
You just
I'm
gotta
like,
drive it, bro.
Well, you're worried about the snap over steer, so you dial back.
dude, well, that's like in St. Louis. Coming right when you go into the infield, that hard right.
Yeah.
I was like, it was the last session out, or second to last, and I'm out, and it's kind of coming out, and I'm like, I'm right there. I'm like, oh fuck, I need to hit the brakes, but
You're
I'm
at the
like,
end of the suspension.
But I'm like, no, I gave it gas, slight throttle, and it was just enough to pull it out right as I hit that candy stripe. I'm like, I almost had to go 2 off. It was right there, but it was the body roll.
And
The
that's a
car just
tight
carried-
section of the track.
Exactly. It was just the body roll and the transition of the car carrying me out that fucking car. If it was on nice coilovers, it would come down to the tires. That's what would come down. It wouldn't be suspension, it would come down to the tires. If the tires held up, it would have been perfectly fucking fine going through there. I think it was a lot of the suspension. That was all suspension related, and I was driving a little too hard. But that's when I was chasing that Civic. That was a really good. Every time
That was a
session,
good matchup.
That was
yeah.
a really good session because then, like in the corners and stuff, I'd catch him and I'd have to lift and whatnot. But it wasn't enough on the back straights where he would let me pass. But it was really good infield and on the straights and stuff, he would fucking blow.
That was a tighter course than what we did at pit race. So that's like
For sure.
above autocross but below
Yes,
pit
sir.
race.
For
Yeah.
pit race, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was actually
all
really
the
good
turns are
for race.
sweeping enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like at auto, like anything with
And you're also not going hard left, hard right.
anything
Yeah.
with quick inputs upsets the suspension with the body roll a lot more. Like I thought it
You
was
get the
okay
nice
at pit race,
S's.
but like when I drove it for a couple runs of autocross, I slid it around a lot because it was really easy to get it loose in slaloms. With like if you got behind it all, like
Yeah.
it
See-
can't do that quick transition back and forth.
And that's what I said. So on the backside of pit race, when you're coming, I don't know what turn it is. I think it technically be turn like 5. When you come going into turn 1, and you're coming down, and you come up the hill, and then you go to that left. or
Okay,
to that
turn
right.
turn 1 is the big.
Turn
That's
one.
transition for pit,
Yeah, it's the
and
turn
then-
1.
and then you have a little straightaway before you drop down.
So the drop down, and then you go up the hill.
Yeah, that's Coyote Gulch.
That first turn, right turn.
After you crest the hill, and then
The first turn in the S's.
That right, and then
yeah,
that
that's
left,
8.
That would
That's
get
7.
That would get real. It got real upset a couple times coming through there because I'm like,
It's easy to have a car have a little bit of slip angle on that left-hander. Like,
yeah, and it was like obviously at the same time, 1, I was probably overdriving, and 2, I had 15 fucking cars behind me. BMW dive bombing me, on my bumper, and I'm like,
full blown like
yeah,
WEC cars with like a crappy logo on the side, Rick and Morty sticker. Yeah, oh, you lemons, okay.
So I was like,
$500 car, my ass. Yeah.
So in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm overdriving it, but at the same time, I'm also trying to stay out of the way, so it might not be the car's fault. It's probably me. I dialed it back, and it's fine.
See, those guys.
The transition, you can definitely tell it.
Well, if
There's
we can
guys
rev it out too, like we'll be able to pull on stuff more because it was like, I was shifting right at 5 every time because he said don't rev it over 5. So it was like, but that's like right where it's hitting the power.
Yeah.
I shifted whenever it sounded good.
Yeah, we can
I like watched the tag every time. It was just like hit it right at 5.
Because like
we can go to 6 now. We're okay.
I could kind of tell whenever it would hit red or orange or red, I'd shift. I don't know what that was, but
That's the shift light that Devin put in there. So it goes yellow, orange, red.
yeah, I think I saw orange, and I'm like, okay.
And we obviously don't have a rev limiter in there. So
The other thing is
that was
too,
the thing I wanted to test. Like with the stock ECU, I still think it should. Like,
have a rev limiter?
yeah,
I think
I wouldn't think Toyota would allow you to just blow it up because it's an ECU from a manual car, isn't it?
Yeah, but I can tell you right now that it doesn't have a rev limiter. I'll show you that it doesn't have a rev limiter.
Like, have you revved it like over what the cutoff should be?
Yeah,
That's for money shifting.
That's for money shifting though.
It's a little bit different.
that's over revving.
You can do that with any car, but like just to leave it in gear, it should hit a fuel cutoff.
Yeah, you would think it would at least
Yeah.
hit a fuel cut. Not even just a limiter
Maybe.
or just stop it,
Or
but
a
even a
smart
fuel
cut.
cut.
CD Lamb
smart
at the
cut.
half has
Yeah.
23.2 fantasy points.
Man, he really slacked after that first quarter. Then he was on pace for 60.
The thing is, too, I feel
He's
like
still on
with
pace for
coilovers,
could be
I
on
think
pace
it'll
for
put power
60.
down better because I feel like your car's losing some power in the suspension.
Probably with that OEM suspension, the shocks are a
bushings and
lot
shit.
softer,
Yeah,
and we still have the OEM bushings in there. So
I think with coilovers it'll put power down a lot better too.
I'm jazzed about the coilovers, and I'd love to try new pads. The pads we've had on there, they've been okay,
Yeah.
but I think we can do way better.
What tires are on it too?
Neogens. We have the Neogens for the wet, and what did we have?
They're the same. They're the same whenever they were. They NTO5s.
Yeah, NTO5s.
Those are really greasy, but those were like half life even when we went out there.
We'd used them for 2 events prior, so
Yeah.
we get another set of NTO5s.
So they were
I don't know.
older tires, and they were like half the one. So they got pretty greasy pretty fast.
Compared to like track tires I've driven before, I didn't think they felt too like excessively greasy. Like
See,
that's how most tires just feel when it gets really hot. Like you have
And
to.
we were running them hot, and it was warm that
It
weekend.
wasn't
So
on
plus.
the weekend.
Fuck. For April, 1st of April?
I was
It like
happy.
80 something.
Yeah.
degrees. Fuck that.
Yeah, like that felt pretty similar for 80-degree track day to me. Like it's just like it doesn't feel as good when it's cold out, but like there's no getting around that. Like all
Oh,
tires end
And
up
that was the
getting
first
greasy.
time I had even really driven the car that hard and or been on a track before.
Bingo.
Because like
Yeah.
it's an uneasy feeling and it takes getting used to.
Yeah.
When you start to feel it slide, but know that you have complete control over it. Like if you watch guys like, especially the V8 supercars, watch those guys come out of a turn and they'll go and literally their mirror will be that far from. They know at 180 kph they can slide that far before it catches, and then each successive lap they'll come in a little bit slower, but the car will still slide out the same. They understand the tire wear and what's happening, and they practiced it so many times that they'll slide out. And I do it at Mid-Ohio. The only place that I'm really good at it is at Mid-Ohio. Madness coming over the hill. Every lap, I'll stay a little bit further inside, and the car will slide to the same spot outside. So the tires wear, and the car it gets light, lose traction, the contact patch goes really small. Bing, same spot every time, but I'm technically coming over slower each time. The guy behind me has to come over slower too because he's running out of tires. But you get good at practicing that, especially at different tracks. The more laps you get in, whoo, straight down.
Yeah, I'll do a bunch of sim driving for Atlanta first.
Ooh,
Yeah.
sim driving.
We should definitely, since we have Road Atlanta down there, we should do. We can do.
Because I don't know that track at all.
We can do the CTR. John bought the CTR for that,
Cool.
so we can do CTR, which would be pretty close to, pretty similar to what we have. But it's CTR's front wheel drive, but you at least get practice laps in, and then find out if Shaler's doing it. Because if you got
If you
You,
want
me,
me to
Bergen.
find a person to do it, I should be able to get you somebody.
you, me, Bergen, Shaler, and about $400,
Yeah.
and then hotel and food.
I would
Chris
do it.
Chris would be
I would do it if I already had a racing suit.
Helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if my helmet would be.
No, it would not.
You don't think?
No, it would
You-
not.
Is it a
You have a
motocross helmet?
motorcycle helmet, don't you?
Yeah.
I
Chris
think it's
does.
I think it's a motor.
Yeah,
It's
I have a
motorcycle
face
helmet.
shield too.
That has.
You gotta have a face shield.
I don't remember if that has a face shield or not.
The yellow one? Yeah, it does not have a face.
No, yeah, that's a motorcycle helmet. Sorry, Scott.
Do you actually have to run a closed face helmet?
Uh,
I don't
you
know
can
what's so
have
funny.
an open face helmet.
That's just
But-
you have to have a face.
I was just
If you have
curious.
a full
Like,
body suit,
If it is
You
a
have to have
full
a
face helmet,
you
you
gotta
gotta have
have
a shield.
because
I
look
think
at
that
that,
was
it's
the
gonna
rule.
throw you around and that's what clothes.
But you can run a rally helmet. Yeah, I got this $6,000 Shiloh. We can't use it. What?
So I'm not rich like you, John.
Oh, well.
I can't
right.
bag it.
$300
Zipper.
helmet.
Did I lose
I
the?
spent 50 on mine,
There you go.
but it doesn't have a face shield, so it doesn't matter.
Well, but that's
I should just throw it in the trash.
Well, the thing is, you should use it for autocross. Autocross is fine.
Yeah.
I bought mine with the sole purpose
Years
to
and
race.
years ago.
Like I can use it in drag strip, I can use it for race lemons, I can use it in autocross.
Rich.
Legally, I can't ride with it, but I rode with it.
Palm insurance.
I'm cool. I have gloves, shoes, and a suit up the drive.
What size shoes?
11. Yeah, for
There
sure.
it is.
11. There's somewhat broken in.
It's
Oh.
yeah, Trinity this year. When I did my first semi-pro race. So I've had this bag for a long time. I just broke the other zipper on it. So probably get a new bag. All right, so we just need personnel. We've got gear.
Yeah. You
But
should
I love the
confirm
idea of
with Berg
Shaler
if he wants to
driving.
do it.
Who?
I said you should confirm with Berg if he's in, because then I asked him, he said maybe.
Yeah, he's gonna be big, maybe. Definitely maybe.
I know he'd love to do it though.
So the thing is, it comes down to if he sells the Fiat. If he sells the Fiat, I think he'll have the money to do it.
He won't sell the Fiat in time
Yeah,
because he's not going to have the engine
Yeah,
in
there's
time.
no way he's going to sell it before then.
that's true.
So then,
Especially not before you have to sign up next week.
yeah, we
Oh,
have
yeah,
until the
that's true.
18th.
Yeah, I don't know if he will or not. He's at first I can read him pretty well. If he says maybe, he's not. Against anybody. If he says maybe, he's not gonna do it.
That means probably not.
Yeah, that's I'm not gonna I don't want to hurt your feeling, but
It doesn't hurt my feelings. I just have to plan differently.
yeah, exactly. That's the thing. So I would definitely. I mean, if you want to talk to him, he may be.
That's
down.
why I asked Chris and Joey the other night. I was like, guys,
Yeah.
and
Like I
Joey's
said,
on
dude.
holiday hours, so there's no way they're letting him go.
Yeah, like I said, dude, I'm 1,000% in for Paris.
Yeah.
I mean, 110,000% that, without a doubt. But with Christmas right around the corner, I need to buy a daily. There's all this shit that keeps coming up. I just need to financially set myself up for next year.
No, I totally get it.
He's not have a car that I have to dump money into.
I don't fault you for any of that shit.
I just had to get myself set up. Because it fucking sucks. It's such a pain to track the ride, dude.
The other good part, Craig just inherited a Monza. I don't know if you remember that car. I know Patton and I saw it at Pit Race, but he's got a Lemons Monza, fully caged
Really.
V8.
We can do 2 teams.
Yeah, we can do 2 cars on the same team.
Yeah.
But
Oh, can
I
you?
think so. Yeah.
What do I have to do to make the Mini a Lennon's car?
Well, first off, it's got to be $500. So you got to
So
sell it to John for $400.
So put $500 on the tech.
I was gonna say I don't know what I transferred the. Oh no, because I put 15 on. So I don't. Because
Okay, sell it to me for 500, and then I'll sell it back to you for 400.
or I could sell it to you for 400.
Is it caged?
No, not
You
yet.
got to put a $3,000 cage in it.
That's the most expensive shit.
Yeah.
Well,
Actually,
it's-
no. The
you-
most expensive part is the personnel.
You could probably find a.
Oh, race the whole race.
You could probably find a welded-in cage just from cut out the car.
Yeah.
It's not like you have to go and get a custom fabric and everything like that.
Minimum, I'm gonna buy an auto power roll bar, but I don't know if I want to do full cage yet.
I
So.
would. Unless you're racing.
You don't want a
Yeah,
full cage. if
full
it's a
cage is
street
for
car
racing.
either.
It's not for cruising around the street.
Right.
Unless you can do a roll cage cage, because
Yeah.
he'll actually integrate it in behind all the upholstery and stuff. He had
It's crazy.
he had like a high security. It was like a Ford Explorer. No, it was a what's the one up? Expedition. And it was going to some high security thing, fucking inch thick glass
Oh, yeah.
and all this other stuff. And he had the posts hidden behind the upholstery, and it had
That's
a
sick.
full cage, crossbars all the way across the top, down to the rear supports, full cage in the back. And I mean, yeah, it was pretty cool. But everything was hidden in like the A pillars and B
Yeah.
pillars. You put the covers back on, you can't see it, but it's
See,
full
that's the
cage.
cool thing. That's the cool thing about your roof. Is your roof bubbles up top, so
Little
he could follow that up top, and you almost wouldn't
I
even be able
wouldn't
to see it.
care about that.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know if you would have to.
I wouldn't care about
he'll
that.
match it. You can barely get a credit card, like a business card, between the
To the
roof
roof.
and the
Yeah.
bar.
Hell yeah.
That's how tight he originally had it on the red card. When we pulled it out, it was business card. Now we're about credit card, but it's still pretty damn
Yeah,
tight.
really tight up there.
Yeah.
It was hard to fit the
The
zip
zip
tie
ties,
around.
yeah. To get
The
the
mirror.
padding,
Crazy.
Yeah.
the padding, and the mirror.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that. I mean, you saw what happened with the MR6. That's a $151 car. It's actually over $20,000.
Yeah.
So you can do it cheap if you want.
Yeah.
But take a look at some of the guys who do it cheap. They're there for 5 laps and they blow up.
Right.
So
That's true too.
our goal is to race as long as possible, get as many laps
Yeah,
in.
honestly, I'm really glad we got that car done when we did, and we had enough time to test. And it's just fucking annoying because the only thing that obviously is out of our control that we didn't know is what that was the fucking fuel pump. But that axle boot,
Whatever.
that is
That axle boot was just because we hadn't been able to drive it hard. Like if we had gotten that much
With the
suspension
front
travel, then
yeah.
it would have.
Yeah.
Well, the
That's
biggest
true
thing that
too.
was killing us was Coyote Gulch. Dropping down that 135 right with that full compression,
Yeah.
that suspension, and especially on that side, it goes all the way up.
Yeah.
And we had that rain shield, and zing, every single time we came around a lap, no matter if you were smooth or whatever, that compression
Yeah.
was
Because Coyote Gulch
cutting that boot every single
self-clearanced
time.
a new spot of my fender liners on this car that were already pretty self-clearance.
On the
but,
far
like,
side, right?
Yeah. but I mean, it got more suspension travel than it gets other places.
That's
Right.
Because it's
So, I mean,
that's the other thing too, with the suspension, the shocks, and the springs that are on that.
you can dial it up.
And
You
it
don't have to
won't-
worry
Yeah.
about it.
And it'll
Yeah.
be planted through that.
That was
You
the
can-
other thing. We had the OEM suspension, so it sinks.
You can probably lose 2/10 with good suspension. You can probably lose 2/10 coming through there.
Easy.
And with that car, that's definitely with just oilers. I bet that's 2/10.
No, with being able to hammer it, we can hang with
That's what
the
I'm saying.
we can
but-
hang with the top 20, no
but you can
problem.
make 2/10 up there, and then going through the S's, that's another 2 or 3/10 because you don't have to worry about the transition, what the suspension's going to do on the transition.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's planted. So there's 3/10. You're already at 100%. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it all adds up.
On a 2-minute lap, it makes
Yeah.
a difference.
Yeah, really, it really does. Because that's what a lot of the shit comes down to. Realistically.
Yeah, there's guys. I was talking about this before. The guys with the badass BMWs that are full, SCCA Pro cars.
Those cars.
They'll sign up for lemons and they'll put like a stupid, like Band-Aid sticker on the side, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, we're lemons." All they want are laps.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a cheap track day for them. because they
That's
can
true.
spend the entire day lapping.
It's true.
So that's something I wish Lemons would address. Like, hey, I understand the $500 car, and there's a guy with a Rolls Royce with a Viper engine in it. Okay, that's fun. But these guys with Porsche 918s, and you're giving them penalty laps. Come on,
Yeah.
they're not there to have fun. They're there to rack up laps. If they want to do a track day, there's tons of them.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful, man. You have a really nice car out there, like one of those. A couple of those BMWs were pretty badass.
Mhm.
You have a Fiero launch ahead in front of you. You're going to have a jacked up car. So you got to be careful. You want to have equal shittiness out there. The guy have a Plymouth Volare or something.
That's what I wouldn't care
They had
about.
like a
this.
Duster. Yeah, like
That's
a
what I wouldn't
70s
care about
Duster.
this Mini is because it's rebuilt title. I don't want to say it's clap, but it's not very clean.
You would care as soon as that first chunk of whatever comes up and smashes your windshield. Now you're pissed and you're like, damn it.
Oh, speaking of that, the other thing that I would want to do for that race too is put like some sort of sun strip on it.
Yeah.
Cause like
Well,
when the sun was getting low-ish, it was really blinding when you don't have like visors.
Really?
well, that's the thing too. Is now it actually has an actual windshield in.
With the OEM sunshade.
And
We have a glass windshield.
Yeah, I know it has a glass windshield. Are you saying it has like a tinted spot at the top?
it
Has the
won't glare.
OEM blue tint.
It won't glare as bad. It wouldn't be bad to be like a white sunstrip across it or something like that. That wouldn't be too bad. I had a tinted visor, so it didn't really bother me too much.
I mean, I had a tinted visor too. I was just thinking you see it on race cars all
Yeah.
the time for a reason, but like the vinyl strip at the top.
Yeah.
I don't have
That's
any
what it
problem doing
means
that.
doing a white one.
Yeah,
But
That's
it
what
has the
I'm saying.
OEM windshield now, so it has that blue across the top.
which like that'll definitely help. Too.
But we can do a white across the top too. I can get a big
Yeah.
strip of white. That's easy. But yeah, it doesn't have any visors or any kind of sun blockage. And yeah, with the polycarbonate, it's not good for diffusing light and stuff. So the coilovers will be a huge step. The new brake pads will pretty much lock it in as a really badass little car.
Yeah.
And then when it comes back from Road Atlanta, we'll get the bodywork done and get it painted and get it super nice. That sounds like a good plan. Ask Shaler. You can ask him
Yeah.
outside the group just so there's
Yeah.
no pressure.
No, that's what I do.
And then CJ had a buddy that wanted to race.
I
And,
don't think.
huh?
I don't think so.
Well, I talked to him at the Hokkaido
Kaido meets.
Kaido night thing,
When'd you go to that?
the Halloween one.
Oh, nice.
And the guy seemed into it.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
If you can bring his own people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch them. LMNLP. Watch him. Yeah, you get 7 billion penalty laps.
Yeah.
I don't know what would happen if you brought an LMP car to Lemons.
They gave that turbo Miata like 150.
The most penalty laps ever was, I think it was 8 billion. And it was big turbo RX-8 or RX-7. I think it was like an LS swapped RX-7. And
Jeez.
yeah, he had just a gigantic turbo on there, and they were like, nope. And they're like, that's all right, we just want to run in Lemons and use as many laps as you want. And they're like, all right, 8 billion. And I'm pretty sure those penalty laps carry over to the next event, so you got to be careful. Oof. Yeah. All right, cool. I think we're done with YouTube Live, right? Hopefully, I mean, Brian's car's done. We've talked enough racing. So thanks, everyone, for hanging out while we did the brakes on Brian's Miata. And while Brian did the brakes on his Miata. And Scott cooked us killer burgers. And we're going to pull the limo in and get it ready for its new O2 sensor tomorrow. And do a whole bunch more wiring. Get that. God, wiring on that is such a mess. Cleaning up all the stuff that they did, it's so terrible. So yeah, we'll do more YouTube Live this week, and we'll do more Facebook Lives. Don't forget to subscribe and tell your friends to subscribe. That'd be cool. I appreciate that. And we'll try and do some more mobile stuff too. We'll get the software working and get all that updated. So thanks everyone for hanging out. We'll catch you on the next live. Cool.